Good morning. You're listening to Central Wisconsin's 24-hour information station, AM 1320 WFHR. It's time now for the Morning Magazine, brought to you by Comfort Air Heating, Cooling, Plumbing. Now, with the Morning Magazine, here's Carl HIlke.
Thank you, Jerry, and good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's show on AM 1320 and streaming live at WFHR.com. We also welcome our buddy Jesse from Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. They're here recording us in a high definition for airing on your favorite cable channel or on their website. They have a great website where you can view their programming 24/7 in high definition. The reason why they're here is it's time for our monthly Wood County report. Wood County Board Chairman Lance Plimmel is out of town at a conference, so he asked, and they were gratefully accepted, or they were generous in accepting his invitation. Two members of the team in Wood County. We have Cindy Robinson, who's the new administrator of Edgewater Haven Nursing Home. We're going to be learning about what's happening at Edgewater Haven. And then Brandon Vruwink. He's the director of Wood County Human Services, and of course, they recently relocated into the River Block building downtown. We'll be talking about how that is affecting the delivery of their services. With that, we welcome Cindy Robinson and Brandon Vruwink. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so we'll go ladies first. You just started your position
in June.
In June. Okay, where are you from?
I am from the Eagle River area.
Okay.
Way up north.
Way up north there, hey.
In the Northwoods.
Okay.
Right.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
So, what attracted you first off to the job?
Well, first of all, I am enjoying this new position in Wood County in Wisconsin Rapids, and Port Edwards is actually where I am working. This nursing home is in Port Edwards, which is, of course, most of us know, right next to Wisconsin Rapids. Edgewater Haven is only less than 3 miles from the Riverview Hospital, and we are located in a park-like setting. We are a 90-bed skilled nursing facility. We've been serving the Wood County area for over 125 years, which is quite remarkable.
Yeah, I've remembered it. I've seen the evolution of that campus over the years.
And you know, a lot of skilled nursing facilities, rehab centers will come and go. The stability of this community having that type of service with that stability is quite remarkable. It's a 4-star facility. It is the highest starred facility in this area. The services there are there's quite a lot of services. We have a VA contract. We're also the only VA contract in this area. We provide services that people often don't think about. For example, we have a therapy department that was part of the new addition that was finished in 2014.
Okay.
And that was part of it. And a lot of people, I'm learning in the short time that I've been here, don't realize that therapy is also outpatient therapy for residents in Wood County. You can be a high school student with a sport injury and get your therapy right there at Edgewater Haven. What's really nice about it, too, not only is it a big, new, beautiful addition, the therapists there combined have over 100 years of experience. Most of them have over 20 years each. They are very, very skilled at what they do. They have excellent outcomes. There's easy access to that department. You park, the door you walk in, you're right in that department. And it is a wonderful service, and I can see it's being underutilized. In my marketing that I've done so far, I'm continually hearing, I didn't know that was for the community.
And just touch on that. Do we need to let the medical community in this area know that this is an option for their patients, that this is available if other facilities are being overused?
We do need to do that, and that is part of my plan, is to get that word out, because like I said, in my short time, I'm hearing I didn't know that. And it is a beautiful, beautiful, it is a beautiful building, but that's not the key point. It's the wonderful service it can provide, because we do have excellent outcomes with our residents that we have, and so that needs to be out there. Another service that we provide that I'm hearing people don't know, and that's respite care. Respite care is a short-term stay, because we do have short-term care and long-term care, but respite is a different version of short-term. Let's say that you have a loved one that lives in your home, perhaps a mom, a dad, a grandparent, and you care for them. They live with you 24/7. They cannot live alone any longer. but you want to take a vacation, but what do you do with mom or dad? Because they can't go on the vacation and they can't stay home by themselves. A service we have that we can offer to the community is that you can have your loved ones stay with us while you're on vacation. They're not going to be staying there forever. They're not there for rehab. They don't really need any special services while they're there. They just need a place to stay where they can be safe and have nursing care. And if they need anything, we're there for them. And some people have done that where they'll say, you know, every 2 months, I'm going to take a week and go see my kids in Florida. Okay. So they do that on a regular basis. There's another advantage to that, too. A lot of times those people that are in the home that do need that 24/7 care are to the point in their lives where they may need to get long-term care. And by having that visit every once in a while, it acclimates them to their new environment. It also is an opportunity where they will find that when they go to that facility, they're knowing the people that are there. They meet friends there. They make friends there. They actually start looking forward to it.
That's part of their socialization.
It's socialization. Correct.
Okay.
So that is a service that is underused. And I want to put that word out, too, that is a great service for this area that can be utilized.
If someone is interested in that service or any services at Edgewater, what would you suggest they do? Contact Edgewater directly?
They sure can.
Okay. What's the easiest way?
Give us a call. It's 715-885-8300.
Okay.
Okay.
Or is it 887?
It's 885.
Okay, 885. Okay. So you're getting, and I've had folks from Edgewater before talking about the different activities and the things they do there. People have this old image of the old Edgewater of quite honestly, a place where people went to die.
No. We try to be involved in the community as we can, but sometimes our residents can't go out. So we try to bring the community to them. In addition to the activities like you might think of, like the bingo and having musical groups come in, Rome Town Players just came in yesterday. They do a variety of acts. I understand they have a show where you can buy tickets and go to them. Mm-hmm. They came to us. But in addition to that, we do Orv's. It's the Old Iron Show in September. A lot of members in the community know of that show. Mm-hmm. He's one of our residents, so we actually have his show come to our facility and put that on. It's something that many community members, will attend. He is so proud of that show, and he can't wait for it. And our residents love to participate in that, and a lot of community members will go to that show. In addition, that's in August, and then, that's in September, I'm sorry. In August, the Port Fun Fest car cruise is a big community. Oh yeah,
they've made a point of stopping there during their cruise to let the residents see the cars.
It's actually the first stop, and we have live music there.
Okay.
And that's another thing that the Port Edwards residents, they've done that a lot of years, and once they come to our facility, they feel like they still wanted to be part of it, so we brought it to them. So in addition to things that we do inside, we bring things to them. I mean, we take them on outings as well. We'll take them to see the fall colors. We've done tours of the cheese factory to keep our residents involved in the community. We also invite, at Halloween, for example, we'll have a Halloween party, and we'll invite the residents in, the kids from the community and the schools to come in and do the trick-or-treating, so the residents can still, we want to give them a home-like feeling, so they can still participate in the things that they did when they were at home. They have the trick-or-treaters come, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I want to move on and let Brandon talk a little bit about their move into the River Block building. You're one of the largest departments in Wood County government. So how many employees do you have at the River Block?
By the time we're all said and done, we'll have about 103 employees that have moved into River Block. We're about 80% of the way through our move. Still have 20 employees that will be moving in the middle of August. They're currently located at our Centralia building. So we're almost completely moved. We're just waiting for about 20 more employees that'll move in the middle of August.
How will this affect or help the delivery of services. And maybe for folks that don't understand what Wood County Human Services provides, maybe you can describe the services you provide and how this move will affect the delivery of those services.
Absolutely. So in the past, we had 3 locations in the Wisconsin Rapids area. We had our 12th Street Clinic, which provided outpatient clinic services for where folks could come in and get behavioral health services, where they would see an outpatient clinician. Also could see our psychiatrist, Dr. Andrews. We had birth to 3 services there, and our comprehensive community services program that helped folks remain in the community. In our courthouse location, it was primarily focused on our child welfare aspects, so with the primary goal of keeping kids safe, performing investigations into children that have been potentially abused or neglected. And then at our Centralia Center location, we have our programs that help folks with employment and training needs. So if someone is looking for a job, can't find one, we have services that help them locate employment by providing them additional supports like gas cards and work boots, work uniforms, so they're able to get back into the workforce. Then we also have a food share program, Badger Care program, helping people get access to benefits. So by bringing all those services together in one spot, instead of someone potentially having appointments at 3 different locations in a day, they can just come to one spot in the future. So it limits their travel, provides more comprehensive services because we can work in a more team-approached environment where we can bring all of our workers together and help us individual get services they need.
Yeah, that's one of the things, Lance has talked about, one-stop shopping for the services in Wood County. Where are you located in the River Block building? What floors are you on?
So we are located on the first floor, so we occupy the complete first floor and then about just over half of the second floor. So about a floor and a half. Okay,
and you anticipate wrapping up your move entirely within the next few weeks, or?
Yeah, so we should be moved by August 17th. That's when our operations over at Centralia will cease, and we should have everything put together. We're still learning, what's going to work best and what's going to flow best in the new building. That's going to take time. And quite honestly, we're learning to all live together in one building, and that includes the health department, parks and forestry, and land conservation, who also came into the building. But it's unique because you had 3 different cultures in different buildings, understanding they're all in the same department. But at the Centralia Center, the courthouse, and at 12th Street, there was different functions and different practices. So we're all kind of getting used to being in one spot as well.
So how, as the county human services director, how are you trying to integrate all those different cultures?
Great question. So as we've begun to move slowly, we have various different groups intermingled throughout the area. So whereas in the past everybody was all together, now there's different neighbors that you have. So you're getting to learn more about the various different programs just because of where you're physically located in the building. And we're also working on having open houses internally, if you will, where different service areas provide information about what service they provide. So each of the different divisions within our department understands better what each other does. And that may sound kind of strange, is how do you not know what somebody else within your department does? But we have a department of 300 employees, so there's a lot of different services that are offered throughout our department. So we still have some work to do in educating each other about what it is that everybody does.
Now, do you have any interaction with the folks at Edgewater Haven and your?
Well, that's an interesting question that you mentioned that, Carl, because in June, the county board voted to bring Edgewater Haven into the Human Services Department.
Okay.
So, in the middle of June, Edgewater Haven became part of the Human Services Department. So that's another challenge that we're working on, is the integration of Edgewater Haven into our human services community.
What's it been like for you, Cindy?
Well, I came into the position just as this was happening. So it's wonderful to have the support of human services. Before that, my understanding is it was completely independent. So it's wonderful to have the support and people like Brandon to have as the support.
I would think it leads to more efficient delivery of services because you have an individual, now you got one-stop shop, and if this individual needs services that Edgewater provides or something, you can better coordinate things, it would seem.
Absolutely, and that's a great point, because oftentimes we think about Edgewater Haven as someone goes there and then that's their residence for a long period of time. However, we know that we have a lot of folks that are rehabbing at Edgewater that do spend maybe 2 weeks, maybe spend a month. But when they're released and go back home from Edgewater, there's services that we can provide as a human services department that will help support them to live independently in the community at. So there's great synergy between the groups. And also, there's a great opportunity for us to coordinate services. A lot of folks don't know, but Norwood Health Center up in Marshfield is part of our Human Services Department as well. And there's a great opportunity for us to, again, gain some efficiencies. We have more buying power. For instance, we use pharmacy services. So we have pharmacy drugs that come into Edgewater Haven for our residents and drugs that come into Norwood Health Center, prescription drugs that support them as well. And it gives us more buying power as one department to make those purchases. Same with our food area. We have dietary needs up at Norwood where we have a kitchen, and stay in Edgewater. If we can look at increasing our buying power, we can gain some efficiencies as well.
If you're just joining us on the Morning Magazine, welcome. We're getting our Wood County update, and today we have Brenda Vruwink, Director of Wood County Human Services, and Cindy Robertson, Administrator of Edgewater Haven. And we're learning about the merger of the two and their respective missions in Wood County. Cindy, how much of your population is there just for a short period of time to like rehab or?
That is the smaller portion of the population, actually, because they're there for a short time. So they're not there as long. We have quite a bit of our population that are there long term. I would say it's about 70% of our population is there long term. So that is actually, the misconception about skilled nursing facilities. Most people think everybody's there forever. So you may see at one time only a smaller percentage, but they're not there very long. So it's a revolving door of the short-term people. They're in, we fix them, they go on their way, then we get the next group in.
Well, with your rehab department, as that becomes better known, you're going to have folks that are not traditionally you would associate with your facility.
So the inpatient rehab, that's great, but it's the outpatient, the folks in the community that don't know that it's there for their utilization. We're not seeing the knee replacement of the 40-year-old, the sports injury at the school. That's the piece of it that people don't know exists that we want to get out.
And from your perspective, Brandon, how would you like what does that's a marketing problem in many ways.
Yeah, and we realize that, and Cindy, to her testament, is a great marketer, and she's begun to hit the ground running, and that's why she's been hearing, we didn't know that existed. So Cindy's going to keep hitting the ground and educating the community. That's why this is a great opportunity to be on the air with you, Carl, is to share some of the services that are offered at Edgewater that people aren't aware of. So that's something that we need to continue to work on and let people know that service is available through a county facility. We're fortunate to have that. A lot of communities have lost their county nursing home facilities, and Wood County has remained committed to maintaining this facility. And it's our job to continue to educate folks on the services that are available.
What other service out there that we talked about rehab, we've talked about respite services. What else would you like to let people know that to take advantage of?
Well, I kind of want to expand on something that Brandon said.
Go ahead.
It's a career opportunity for our residents, your citizens, excuse me. There are many nurses there that started 30 years ago as CNAs, and they started out of high school, and they have grown there, and they're still there. So what a wonderful opportunity for the citizens of this area to come on board out of high school as a CNA, as a casual employee, and grow all the way through. And it is a wonderful opportunity, and that is a service to our community to offer that. So we have this wonderful, I call it a crown jewel, and so does Brandon. It's sitting in a beautiful location. We serve not only the residents, but the community. They can come in and join in on any of the activities that we have. Visiting the residents is a very rewarding experience. They love to have the visitors. That is a wonderful opportunity for the residents. They come in, They find out that their friends are also there. Many times our residents will be discharged and come back to visit because they've made friends there. They enjoy an activity. It's a wonderful feeling to hear, I loved it there. It was so warm, it felt like home. So I think getting the word out that it's not the old concept of a nursing home, it's where you go to end your life. It's not that way anymore.
Maybe we need to change, since you're into marketing, maybe we need to change the name.
Well, they really are referred to now as a skilled nursing facility or rehab.
Okay, get rid of that term nursing home and get a more accurate description of what you do.
Right.
And get rid of that stereotype.
Right.
And,
it's more about rehab.
Now, for folks that are, as you're going through this move to the River Block building, how have you been letting your clients know? We don't go to this. People get caught in habits.
They do, and that's been many months in the making. Is educating our customers on that we're making this move. So we've had maps and posters throughout all of our facilities indicating this is the timeline of when we're moving. So, and then as somebody is working with a customer, they'll say, "Well, our next appointment is going to be at the River Block building. Here's the address." Or 2 appointments from now, we're going to be moving to the River Block building. So it's been a preparation for change for a long period of time now, and we've done pretty well with that. There's been some bumps. Some folks had trouble finding the building just from their first visit, but we were able to help work through that, and things are going well now. People know where we're at, and they're getting accustomed to that change.
Yeah, it's the old consolidated office building, folks.
Yeah.
Well, you kept the River Block name because that's what we all know.
Yep.
We all know, but it's now Wood County River Block.
Yep.
And the main entrance is on the Jackson Street, not on the Grand Avenue side.
That's right. So, and actually, the Jackson Street is the main entrance. That's where people, everybody should enter into the building. We have reception staff available to greet you and get you to the right department. So it makes it a lot easier that way.
And Cindy, if someone wants to take a tour of Edgewater and find out what's really happening there, the changes that have happened there, how would you suggest they go about doing that?
They can either call or stop by. They're welcome to do either at any time. It's fine to stop by. If they are interested, I always tell people the best way to really know is to come see us.
And when would be the hours to do so?
They could do it any time, but the best time would be Monday through Friday from like 8 to 4.
Okay. Well, a lot of change happening. I'm glad Lance did a good job getting you both here. And so we've learned, first off, Edgewater Haven is a nursing facility. A skilled nursing facility. Skilled nursing facility.
Rehabilitation.
And
outpatient therapy.
Yes.
There you
go. There's a bunch of services that are available to anybody.
Yes.
And to take advantage. And welcome to your new home, I guess.
Yeah.
You got a beautiful view. Talk about you both have beautiful views. You down by the riverfront, and you right near the riverfront in beautiful Port Edward. So you both got nice places to go to work.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
And wish you both, and again, welcome to the community.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
enjoy yourselves here in Wisconsin
It's a
Rapids.
privilege to be here.
Yeah, and it was nice to see you again, sir.
Thank you, Carl.
Okay. And you both have a great rest of the week and a wonderful weekend.
You bet.
Thank
you.
And we've been visiting with Cindy Robertson, Administrator of Edgewater Haven, and Brandon Vruwink, Director of Wood County Human Services, here on our Wood County Report on the Morning Magazine on AM 1320 and WFHR. We also thank Jesse from Wisconsin Rapids Community Media for being here for this segment, man.